Ellen.
Sure.
It's a generational celebration for so many people, kids who never saw the Chiefs win Super Bowl 4, and then hearing stories from their grandfathers and their dads, and now they can all celebrate together. What a wonderful night.
Oh, so it sure is. Let's go now to Miami, where that wonderful night all started. We want to go to our crew. You guys have done phenomenal reporting all week long. Danny, Breland, Danon. Danon, like, for you as a former player, a former Chief, did you feel like this would happen too on this night? We got to get your perspective as well.
Well, I would say this. I knew it would happen. I didn't know if it would happen this year, and that was my thought coming into this year. They obviously hit a speed bump last year in the AFC Championship, but I knew that they had it in them. But you consider how this season unfolded with the injuries that they sustained, just the ups and downs. Took them some time to really get back together, get back focused, and get on that run. After that Tennessee game during the regular season, that's when you started to see the magic happen. And at that point, I knew they were destined for this moment.
One of the things that was real fun tonight, guys, obviously Patrick Mahomes was named the Super Bowl MVP only a year after being the league MVP. And back in 2013, he actually tweeted out, "I hope someday that I can get up on that stage at a Super Bowl and say, I'm going to Disney World." Well, guess what, guys? He did do that here tonight, so he got to live his dream a little bit. But I want to get a perspective from both of you guys. When that confetti was falling, when that time was winding down, what's going through your hearts, your minds? Who are the first players and coaches that you thought of?
Well, I think everybody knows my answer. I wrote it, I tweeted it out a little bit ago. My departure letter from Buffalo, Rochester area, and my welcome to Kansas City announcement. I put it on Twitter back in August that I was so excited to cover one of my absolute favorite childhood coaches and his Super Bowl caliber team, and to just, years and years and years of living in the Philadelphia area and hearing about how Andy Reid doesn't do well managing time, and his clock management skills are awful, and this, that, and the other thing, and he'll never do well in big games. And to just finally see him get one after 2 decades of being a head coach in this league was just the most unbelievable feeling for me. And, it is a little bittersweet because I would have liked to see LaShawn McCoy suit up as well. Just knowing what an incredible career that man has had, to finally also see him with a Super Bowl ring just kind of really just does it for me.
Danon, someone?
Well, for me, first of all, I have to say, I asked Breland for an autograph earlier. She didn't realize that on the other side of the paper was a lifetime contract, because since she's come here, we have a world championship. So it's a lifetime contract. Book it. She's the reason. And I'm going to tweet out for her, "You're welcome to Kansas City." That's why it happened. But I will say this. Okay. But in reality, this is a special time. You guys have heard me talk about it. I've been a part of a lot of great experience and some misery for a lot of Chiefs fans when we couldn't get it done, when we had great teams. So I have felt this emotion, this extra emotion for the Chiefs fans, more so than anything else, to know that they can experience this and they can have their chest puffed out just a little bit more for a little bit longer, knowing that they were a part of a magical run, and that now we have this championship and just all the stars aligning after 50 years. Amazing.
Yeah, well, since Breland's been here, they've won a championship. Also, since Frank Clark has been here, they won a championship. This guy has had quite the roller coaster of a season coming in this year, expecting to fill some big shoes. Obviously, the slow start, but then really came on strong late in the season, had a phenomenal playoff run. We had a chance to talk to him as that confetti was falling tonight.
Didn't bend, they didn't break. We sit on the sideline, we watch ourselves go down by 10 in the fourth quarter, the start of the fourth. And you look around the sideline, you think a guy's go fold, you think a guy go break. You look at the 49ers sideline, they're going crazy, man. They celebrating, they having fun. At the end of the day, what we didn't do, we didn't break, man. We didn't fold. We stood solid. And now we champions. That's all that matters. At the end of the season, man, how much can you endure to become a champion in life? It's about never giving up. You don't give up, you become a champion. We down 10-0 in our heads at the start of the fourth. We come back and we win the game. Great defense and great offense. Team. We did it as a team, and that's all that matters.
Obviously, a very passionate
Yes.
Frank Clark, which we expect nothing less because that is just kind of the status quo for him this season, right?
Absolutely, and I'm a big fan. I love trash talkers, and I love trash talkers that talk before they do it. Anybody can talk afterwards, but if you stand up and you talk before and then you go out and get it done, and Frank Clark, to me, he's the king of the fourth quarter. He's the king of the final drive. What he's been able to do, you go back to the Houston game, you go back to Tennessee just a couple weeks ago, and then the final sack, to be involved in that play when he had a relatively quiet day up until that point. He's a guy that wants to be on that stage. He wants that moment, and he's been able to seize it.
The defense able to come up clutch in this one as they have later on in the season.
We're sharing. I want to just give stuff away. She brought us a championship. She needs to take the mic.
Hey, Danny, can you hear me?
Obviously, out here in Miami.
No, I've got a real
Yes,
quick. I've got a real quick.
We're having a little bit too much fun. We'll send it back to you guys.
I've got a quick question for Damon.
Okay.
So the Chiefs, we know that they were all business this week. They came in, San Francisco was out doing a little bit of partying, the 49ers, but the Chiefs were not. Give us an idea, as a former player, what this celebration tonight in Miami is going to be like with Travis Kelce and all the others out there partying, I would imagine, in South Beach. What's that going to be like?
Well, I think the Chiefs' kingdom are going to represent extremely well and extremely festive down in South Beach. But the players, they're going to be back at the hotel. That whole resort is going to be turned upside down, justifiably so. And you, going back to your point, we talked about it earlier in the keys to this game, be who they were. Well, this is who they were. They were a fun-loving bunch of kids that we probably grew up watching on sandlots outside of our window, and they're playing on the biggest stage. They're having fun. They're relaxed. All week long, it's been about who we are, what teams can't do against us, why they can't stop us, and the confidence exuded from them all season long, and why would it stop now? And Andy Reid, I'll give credit to him, because when I talk to a lot of the players, all of them say he lets us be us.
Yeah.
He lets us be us on the field, and that's immeasurable when you're going on the field, especially when you're coming back from deficits, to be able to have that kind of relaxed camaraderie, knowing that, looking at each other in the huddle, knowing you're going to get it done.
Yeah, when the
Great words
coach.
of Travis Kelce, you got to fight for your right to party, and that's what they're going to do tonight.
Yeah, and bring back that fight for the Lombardi, right, is what he said too. Guys, you had just unbelievable coverage in Miami all week long. We thank you so much for your hard work. We know that some of you have really early morning flights tomorrow morning. But we got a parade, and I'm sure you've seen a little bit on Twitter, but the party is lit back here in Kansas City. It is unbelievable at P&L. It is unbelievable right now in Westport, in Lawrence. Kids are on stop signs. They're climbing those stop signs, and it's unbelievable. So when you do get when you get back here, you will be part of that celebration and the parade. 11:30 on Wednesday. Thanks so much again, guys. You did phenomenal out in Miami. We appreciate it.